Hello, everybody. Sandra here again with some Feng Shui. And the thing is, if you feel or just okay in your home or even chaotic, how about changing that to being proud of your home, feeling nourished and supported, creating the space you really, really want to live in? Hi, I'm Sandra, and I've been teaching and consulting Feng Shui for now almost 20 years, first in Germany and now here in beautiful New Zealand. And in this series, Change Your Space with Feng Shui, you can discover how some of the most basic principles of Feng Shui can already make a huge difference in you feeling at home in your home. Want to give it a try? So, in this episode, we will have a closer look at some of the basic concepts of Feng Shui before we dive deeper into them. So, one can say that Feng Shui is a holistic view about heaven, earth, and man. So, really, those three, this trinity of Feng Shui, these principles are really everything around the Feng Shui. And in the mystics, in the philosophy, heaven and earth exist, and man in the middle is the one who holds that all together. So this is one of the principles. Then another one is the Tao is the way. So the Tao Te Ching is the philosophical background and the fundamental reading that can really help you contemplating and understanding the world. Maybe you came already across that. It's really fascinating to read and to contemplate about it. Another basic principle, which we will dive into deeper in the next episode, is yin and yang. They complement each other. One can't be without the other. There is no light if you have never experienced what darkness is. Positive and negative forces are in constant movement, each attempting to gain dominance, which leads to the danger of imbalance, of course. Like a slow moving river, which is yin with rocks and stones, becomes yang when it speeds up and turns into a waterfall, and yin again when it flows into a lake. And in the extreme, ice can burn, heat strokes produce shivers. It's all about the balance. And this constant trying to dominate one or the other between the yin and the yang is what ultimately produces the chi, life force, prana, ether, modi, the source that is in the system and the environment and the sun and tide, weather, the body, what drives all of those systems. And we also have a deeper look into that in the next episode together with yin and yang. This is a huge chapter which we will tackle in the next one. I just want you to know, if the chi is stuck, creates disharmony. For example, in your house, what makes the chi stuck? Yes, dirt and clutter. Get rid of both of them if you feel you're stuck. In Tai Chi or in acupuncture, the goal is to unblock the chi and make it flow again. This can also be supported with meditation and certain breathing techniques. So, Feng Shui helps you to create an environment in which qi can flow evenly to achieve physical and mental health in your house, in your rooms, in your garden, in your office. Another important concept is the one about the five elements, and you may have heard of that before. Here's just this is what it looks like, the five elements. We've got fire, we've got earth, metal, water, and wood in the Chinese philosophy. And in this circle, you will hear a lot about it. So we're going to dive deeper into that in the episode after the Qi and the Yin and the Yang. And we're really going deep into that. And if you know me already, you know that this is one of my favorite topics. I really love what you can learn from these cycles. And it's fascinating. I find it fascinating. And I hope you will soon understand why. So I've already talked about earth and man and heaven. So this is another how do you say, trinity. It's another trinity of Feng Shui. Yeah, another basic principle. So this philosophy is about your actions. That is the man luck. Actions, beliefs, and behaviors. The heaven luck is about your astrological chart or destiny code. And the earth luck is what you probably know as Feng Shui, your environment and everything. And those three play together. So that's another concept that we're looking at. Another trinity would be yin and yang, the 8 trigrams, the bagua, and the 5 elements I already mentioned. And then there's another concept, and that concept is the 4 components that are really important in the Feng Shui. And that is the environment. I already mentioned that. And that is what you always think about, right? That's one of the concepts and the principle and components of the Feng Shui is what's happening around your home and around you. Another one is people. Of course, there are people living in the house, in the room, isn't it? And that's why the Barza is so important, because different people have different needs. And then the building itself, of course, is important. How is the building built? What is it looking like? You've got so many different types of houses and different floor plans. And another component is time. So there are some schools, and I will shortly come to that, which are dealing with the passage of time. And that's another layer. So you've got the building itself, you've got the environment around the building, you've got the people living in the building, and then you've got the flow of time. And all of that can be manipulated, analyzed, changed in the system. And this is how we change. So if you can't change yourself because you find it hard or whatever, there are some objections, there are some hurdles to changing yourself, change the environment, change one of the components, and you can do that. Another thing I want to stress at the moment, really, for you in this episode is that there are different approaches to the Feng Shui. So we've got, for instance, 2 major schools, which is the San Yuan, which works with 3 cycles, the Bagua with the quality of Qi through time, as I said, and then the San He school, which is 3 harmony, environment, mountain, river, and landform. So these are the 2 major schools, and there's no right or wrong. There's no right or wrong. There is just something that you want to know, like the passage through time that can be short term. I talked in the last video about short term Feng Shui and long term Feng Shui. So long term Feng Shui would be more in the San He school with the environment, mountain, river, and landforms, what's around your home. And if you want short success, then it's probably more the San Yuan with the quality of the Qi through the time. So there is no right or wrong. Everything is existing, and that is totally fine. It just depends on your angle you want to look at. So we've got different approaches to Feng Shui, and generally speaking, without going into schools, you can interpret your environment with different methods. The environmental approach, observing, landform, form schools, the colors, form, shapes, symbols around you. We've got 4 animals in the form schools, but that's already too deep. The so-called compass approach, which is not really, we're using a compass in every school. But it's about astronomers observing the landscape in the sky using the Luopan, the compass, and the I Ching. And then we've got modern approaches, combines system and makes changes due to changed circumstances. And then there's another approach, which you will have down along the line, and that's the intuitive approach. And that is experience combined with instinct. Like the Picasso of Feng Shui, probably. You know the rules, you know your schools, but then there's this instinct, this intuitive quality to it. So you paint the picture to what is. So there are different principles, different approaches, and we will dive deeper into some of them in the next episodes. But just that you know, types of classical Feng Shui would be like the flying stars, the 8 mansions, 3 harmony and 3 cycles. I already mentioned them. The 64 hexagrams. And also practiced, of course, is the Barza, the 4 pillars of destiny, and purple white star. But those are really, really deep schools already, just that you've heard the names, and that's fine. So generally speaking, with Feng Shui, you will get analytics at hand to see your environment with different eyes and to analyze much deeper. And then you know what you lack in your life or what you need to change in your life. And depending on your focus and what you want to know, you will choose a different approach to Feng Shui principles. The principles stay the same. You're just approaching them in a different way. And that's what makes Feng Shui such an amazing tool, because it's all about the goals that you have. It's all about where is your main focus. A family needs a different home than a single person. All of these things, you have different, some work from home, some go to work, so we're all different, and I want you to be able to create a space that works for you, and not the other way around. You have to work for the space all the time. So in the next video, I will talk about what is qi, yin and yang, and how all of feng shui is based on exactly that. So if you just want to hang up crystals and wait for your life to change, this is not for you, because this is not feng shui. This is something else. And if you like what you see and hear, like it, share it, subscribe, comment, let me know what your feng shui issues are. Do you want to come on that journey with me? I'm looking forward to your comments and seeing you again here soon on this channel. Bye.